We are gonna ruffle some feathers with this one because omega-3s are the greatest in the land, and omega-3s are heart healthy, blah blah blah, and anti-inflammatory, blah, and all the health benefits, blah blah blah. But what if for some people's body chemistry these health claims are not even close to being true? Because they used to tell us that smoking was healthy. Oops. And the reality that you need to keep in mind is that there is no diet, supplement, or even substance that's beneficial for every person to increase their intake. Like not even water. If somebody has a really low level of minerals in the body and somebody starts chugging water because somebody told them it was healthy to drink more, they could wash away the small amount of minerals that they have and increase and magnify issues like depression and anxiety and fatigue and a whole lot more. So if there really is no substance that's good for every single person, why do we feel like everybody should be pounding omega-3s like it's candy? Also, candy, not healthy, just in case you need to come up to speed on that one too. So if you're taking omega-3s, you need to understand the issues in the body that can become much, much worse by using omega-3 fatty acids. How can you possibly miss this video? Let's get at it.
TC Hale is not a doctor and does not claim to be a doctor or licensed in any type of medical field. Don't be an idiot and use anything heard on the show as medical advice. This information should be used for educational purposes only, and you should contact your doctor for any medical advice. Now get off me.
So go ahead right now and put in the comments what health benefits you've seen when you started taking omega-3s, and there'll probably be a lot of them. So to understand why omega-3s can be so beneficial for some people and very problematic for others, we really need to understand how the body's natural circadian rhythms work. So Dr. Emmanuel Ravisi helped us understand that the body has a natural circadian rhythm at the cellular level, and if this rhythm is altered, it can create some significant health issues in a really big way. So what happens is at the cellular level, our body is either always in a catabolic state or an anabolic state. Now the body should be in this catabolic state during the day because this state of the cells is where our body is better at creating energy and breaking down tissues so that they can be rebuilt and all that good daytime stuff. And then at night, at the cellular level, our body should move into what we call an anabolic state. And this is the rest and repair state. This is where the body is really good at rebuilding tissues and taking care of all of those rebuilding things that have to happen for a body to extend more than a week and a half. So you can see that both of these states are appropriate. They're both very beneficial. The problem is some people, for a wide variety of reasons, can get stuck in one of these states too often or far too far into that state. So if someone is stuck in one of these states, it can create a lot of health issues. If someone is stuck in this catabolic daytime state most of the time, we commonly see issues like chronic diarrhea, insomnia, cardiovascular issues, and insulin resistance. These are just some of the issues that can come up from someone dealing with what we call a catabolic imbalance. Now there's other causes for issues like chronic diarrhea and insomnia, but these are just issues we see very commonly with a catabolic imbalance. The bad news for everybody pushing omega-3s is that omega-3 fatty acids are one of the most pro-catabolic supplements that there are. So if someone is already stuck in this situation where they're way too catabolic already, or they're stuck in that catabolic state all the time and they're not moving into the anabolic state at night so that the body can rest, rebuild, and repair, if they're stuck in this state and they start taking omega-3 fatty acids, they're going to magnify that imbalance that's creating all these problems for them. And omega-3s are great at pushing a person to be more catabolic. We used to use them all the time with people that were dealing with an anabolic imbalance, which is the opposite imbalance. So if they were stuck in this anabolic state, which can create another wide variety of issues, we would use omega-3s to push them more catabolic, and it would very easily help them to balance out that issue. So if someone's stuck in a catabolic state, but they're taking this thing that everybody says, hey, it's healthy, you should take this, you got to take some omega-3s, shove them down, fish oils, come on, get some flaxseed oil. If they're adding that to this situation that's already bad, isn't that throwing gas on the fire? Yeah, it's like throwing fishy smelling gas all over the fire at that. The worst example of this is where the medical world is telling all the type 2 diabetics that they need to be pounding omega-3 fatty acids. And there's new studies out now that show that this is really false and it's really not beneficial for diabetics at all, but that new information is going to take 20 or 30 years to catch up with mainstream, and meanwhile all these people are pounding omega-3 fatty acids. The problem for a type 2 diabetic is that it's been shown that omega-3 fatty acids can push a person more insulin resistant. This works really well. As a matter of fact, when we have hypoglycemic clients where their insulin is working too well and it's creating too big of a sugar crash because the insulin is processing the sugar too quickly, we use omega-3 fatty acids to push them more insulin resistant, to make it to where their insulin is not responding as well and not processing sugar so quickly, and it helps them slow down and process sugars less effectively, really, which helps them to balance out their blood sugar. So when someone's already insulin resistant, pushing them more insulin resistant is just trying to get them to sign up to be a type 2 diabetic. That can be a really big problem. This is also a huge problem for people dealing with cardiovascular issues who are being told to take a lot of omega-3 fatty acids as an anti-inflammatory. And it has been shown that these omega-3s do have anti-inflammatory properties associated with them. But the problem is that if you push yourself more insulin resistant, and most people dealing with cardiovascular issues are already leaning a little bit insulin resistant, and that's why they're dealing with so much inflammation from the high levels of insulin. So now they're going to take these omega-3s that push them more insulin resistant. Now their body's going to have to make even more insulin to process the amount of glucose that they're consuming. And now that high insulin is going to create even more inflammation. So they're using an anti-inflammatory in the short term to create more long-term inflammation. That would be sort of like using a bowl to warm up your china shop. Like maybe the heater went out in your china shop in the middle of winter, and bowls are very warm. They put out a lot of heat, so you bring them into your china shop and it warms it up, and everybody's like, oh wow, this is really warm. But the bowl has smashed all of your china inventory. I can't really buy anything. Oh, and he knocked me over and knocked off my glasses and crushed them, and now I can't see. But I am warm. I don't think I can use this Groupon that I bought, but I'm warm. So you can see that people are trying to use a solution that it might not be the optimal solution. More confusion sets in because there's a lot of health issues that see great improvement when using omega-3 fatty acids. Issues like depression, anxiety, ADHD, tachycardia, and a whole lot more. Well, these happen to be issues that we commonly see in people who are dealing with an anabolic imbalance, where their body is stuck in that anabolic state most of the time. So the omega-3s are not magic. They're not just doing some wizardry on all of these health conditions. They're helping to improve an imbalance and allowing the body to function in a way that it's intended to function. So a person can create a lot of improvements to specific health issues with omega-3s, but if they continue to just use them like, oh, that helped me, I must need to always take this, and they don't pay attention to where their body chemistry is, not only can they create an imbalance in the other direction and all the problems that come with that catabolic imbalance, they could also push themselves to be more insulin resistant and add type 2 diabetes to their list of accomplishments. So you can see that just because a supplement is beneficial for one person for a period of time, that doesn't mean that it's going to benefit every human always. So we really need to stop looking at these like remedies, and we need to look at the person. We need to look at their bio-individuality, how their body is operating, to truly understand what's going to benefit them. Now, if you want to learn how to look at your own bio-individuality, it's really simple. You can do simple tests at home using tools that you can pick up at a pharmacy or health food store. So we have a totally free 4-week digestion course that walks somebody through how to run these simple tests at home and how to determine what they may indicate is going on with your body. So we'll put the link to that totally free course in the description below this video, and you can kind of look into, well, what's right for me instead of just taking everything that all the cool kids are taking. For now, check out our video on 5 mistakes that could be trashing your liver to gain more health insights. I can't wait to hear about your results.